Good morning, Facebookers. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. If you're looking at that, be smiling because you're one of those million that you're not one of those million that didn't wake up this morning. For you guys in the rest of the world, I'd like to say good afternoon and good evening to other people. Today, it's a nice, cool morning. This is how I wake up in the morning, sitting next to my fireplace, working and enjoying it. And then what I'm going to do is the sun's actually coming up, and I know I haven't been doing a lot of lives, so today I'm going to do some live for you outside. Let's see if you guys can see the sunrise. It was beautiful this morning. This camera doesn't do justice, but I will show you something that you guys might appreciate. So we're going to look up there, and yes, right there, right there, that's the moon. Okay, so we got the moon kind of like still up, about to go down. It's about 6:40 Tuesday morning, December the 20th. We have 5 days left for Christmas, and hope you guys are ready and all your families are coming in town. You guys are going to have a great holiday and family time. I hope you guys spend good time with your families. Right, so today I kind of want to talk about our dreams, our aspirations, and the kid within us, the child within us. I was talking to a friend yesterday, actually a friend slash client, and we were talking about, he's getting an alarm system installed, and he was basically like, KK, like, he's a nurse to begin with. He was like, you know what, you're always up. I always see you up at weird hours of the night, and then early in the morning. He's like, do you ever sleep? And I told him I only sleep like 3 to 4 hours a day, and I've been doing this for like close to 4 months now. And he's like, how do you do it? He's like, I'm a nurse, and I thought I'm up a lot. And he's like, you're like insane. And I was like, you know what, I got the energy. Yeah, my body gets tired from time to time. But I was like, you know what? It's like being a kid again. Today the reading from the John Maxwell book is actually going to go over the kid within us. But that was my topic for today, the kid within us. And I was listening to some motivation video this morning with, Les Brown. And, when we're kids, we are very truthful on what we want to do in life, who we want to become. We speak the truth. We don't lie. We have good intentions. We have a good heart. And then as we grow up, what happens is society kind of tarnishes those thoughts, and we get surrounded by the crowd, and we basically start following what society tells us is right. We take those jobs, the 9-to-5 jobs, because that's what normal people do. They go to work 9 to 5, they get paid, they come home, they have dinner, they spend time with their family, they go to bed, and they do it over and over and over and over again, like a friggin' stuck record, And when we were kids, we had all these big dreams, these big aspirations, these big goals that we had for ourselves. And the problem is, what happens? What happens between the ages of 1 through to 5, 6, between then and then we still have those similar dreams, like when we go to college, and then we stuck behind that desk on our computer, on our cell phones, living this so-called life that we dwell upon. My message to you is, good morning, Tribute is in UK. My message to you is, you know what? We got to start thinking outside the box. Okay? If you guys are happy where you guys are, and you guys are happy with your jobs, you guys are happy with your lives, your family, your income, then you know what? This message is not for you. This message is for those people who actually want to become someone in life. This message is for the people who have those dreams. When they go to bed, they have these dreams, and when they wake up, the dreams kind of disappear. But my message to you is keep on dreaming, okay? Keep on dreaming, but in the morning, open your eyes. and bring those dreams to reality. Okay? It's okay to dream, but don't forget to open your eyes and start living it. Okay? For those friends of mine that are poker players, I like to say life is like one long, never-lasting game of poker. And so I'm going to relate what I actually used to do in life to our day-to-day life. Okay, when you play poker, like if you play over a table of 9 or 10 players, each player gets given 2 cards, no limit poker, right? And you have money in front of you and you get to place a bet. Okay? Well, see everyone's life as being dealt a hand of cards. Now, if you play no limit hold'em, most people wait until they get very good cards like pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens. And those are the hands they only want to play. Now, relate that to day-to-day life and people always trying to wait for the right moment to go all in. The right moment to say, okay, this is the time I'm going to start living my life. No. Okay? What about those hands that you have that are like 5-6 suited, a mediocre hand, or 2-4 suited? Those aren't very good hands if you're playing poker. However, it's not the hand that counts, but what you do with it. You see, in poker, you can bluff your way through it and make that 2-4 win against the nuts, so to speak, which is the best hand. It all depends on how you play it. And that's what people don't realize. You don't have to be given all the tools in life, i.e. those pocket aces, to start living it. You can take your we all start with mediocre lives. 99% of us were born into, a average family or into poverty. Okay? There's only very few of us, a fraction in the world, that never have to work again. The princes, the kings, those type of people. Okay? But the rest of us, we have to work for what we have. I have to work for what I have. I wasn't given anything. People see me and they're like, oh yeah, you're rich and you have a lot of money, you got this. You don't understand how much money I have to dump into my business and how broke I really am. However, I know my potential and I know where I'm going in life. I'm broke by choice and not because of my circumstances. Okay? So playing, poker, you have those 2 cards, you get given a flop, which is the 3 cards, and then you get to bet or fold. Now, those 3 cards that you get laid down after the initial hand, after you get dealt the cards, you look at them and then you analyze what you want to do against your opponents. That's life and obstacles. Okay? Those 3 cards determine whether you're going to fold, raise, or go all in, or just call. Most of us get these obstacles in life and we fold. We fail, we stop doing it, we go back doing the same thing we did over and over again. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again and getting the same friggin' results. Insanity, the definition. Okay? Do you want to be one of those people that sit there and keep on doing the same thing, trying to become someone or hit the lottery when you've done it a million times before and it's never happened? The chances are it's never going to happen. Okay? So when you get those 3 cards on the flop, you have a choice. You can take what you have in your hand and play it out and overcome the obstacles. So if you fall, if you fail forward, and if you fall with your back down and you facing up, because if you can look up, you can get up. Okay? After the 3 cards there, you're given a turn. Okay? Another obstacle in life. Now, you can see it as an obstacle. Others, the entrepreneurs, the successful people, see it as an opportunity. Opportunity to progress in life, opportunity to learn, an opportunity to overcome difficult circumstances. There's not always going to be a path or a road directing you to success. But those who are going to succeed in life, they're going to take a machete and clear their own path. They're going to travel those roads that's less traveled on. And they're going to take every circumstance, every road bump, every obstacle in their course, and instead of like stopping and falling, well, they're going to fall, but instead of stopping and quitting, they're going to keep on going, hacking at those weeds to get the path open up. Okay? And that's why we see them as being so successful. Because look, if we were walking through the jungle, let's just put it this way. Walking through the jungle and there's a path and we start walking down that path. All you have to do is walk and just make sure that there's no animals that attack us. Okay? Now if you're going through a jungle and there's, reeds, weeds, grass, vines, trees, and there's no path there, you got to clear your own path. If it's a jungle, you take a machete like through the Amazon, and you're friggin' clearing your way through. While, think about this, if you had to do that for the rest of your life, can you think how strong you're going to become? Can you imagine you whacking all those weeds as opposed to just walking on this path? So of course, this is going to strengthen us. Okay? If we didn't have failures in life and we didn't have obstacles and all these difficult circumstances happen to us, and we're just given everything in life, what fun would that be? What would we ever learn? How would we overcome difficulties when something happened to us if we didn't have the strength to do it before? You guys get where I'm going? That's why those who are given everything in life normally 99% of the time fail. That's why those people who just came rich overnight by hitting the lottery are broke a couple of years later. That's why those people that inherit billions of dollars from their parents will piss off over 60% of the parents' inheritance over their lifetime. And when they donate that to their next generation, to their next of kin, they'll dissipate the rest of it. 2 generations can get rid of billions of dollars. Why? Because they don't know what it takes, the pain and the suffering, to make that money. They don't know about failure. They don't know about how to deal with hard circumstances. All they know how to do is pay for their success. Okay? So how do you define success? Is success to you derived from the amount of money you have in your bank account? Do you define it as where you've come in life? One of my definitions of the success is being better today than I was yesterday, being better this year than I was last year. Progress is success. Moving forward and never giving up is success. Living your dream and never giving up, even when your loved ones tell you it's never going to happen, is success. Going against the grain, standing alone, when no one else believes in you, when no one else follows you, but you stand alone and you keep on moving forward by yourself against the masses because you know your why is so great and you know you're going to succeed. Now, my friends, that's success. Okay? So when you guys actually ever travel these routes and you get this big feeling inside of you, and then you like my friend Brian Parks, who asks me, how do you have the energy to keep going on? It's because I have the inner child within me. I'm a kid again. I love doing what I do. It keeps me going. I wake up in the middle of the night and I know I need to work some more. And I wake up and I'll be working at midnight. When you guys are going to bed, I'll be waking up. When you guys are going to bed, I'll still be up. All right? Probably not going to be doing this for the rest of my life. I mean, working these long hours. But I rather do things today like no one wants to, so I can live the rest of my life like no one can. Okay? A very powerful quote. I don't know who says it, but I'm basically sacrificing just a few years of my life now to start something huge. So later on, when everyone else is trying to retire, but they can't because they don't have enough savings or inflation caught up to them, I'll be sitting there with a smile on my face, on my private airline, sitting on the beach, maybe in Milan having some cafe latte, smiling. Because when you do make it in life, and each person's definition of success is differently. Okay, I'm going with the monetary aspect of success, but once you get there, once you actually reach there, you'll know within yourself that you've made it. Maybe no one else might. But when you get there, that feeling, the feeling you're going to experience is like none other. It's a sense of satisfaction that I don't think any human being can actually describe. You'd have to actually feel it. It's like, if you have a baby and you tell him don't touch the stove because it's hot, he's going to go ahead and touch it so he can experience the pain. And then he's going to be like, oh shit, maybe next time I shouldn't touch the stove. It's the same thing with life and success and winning. I can go ahead and tell you, oh man, it feels so great. I feel joy. I wake up in the morning, my eyes are open, even though puffy at the bottom. I got a smile on my face. The energy through me is just flowing. I have a smile on my face. I just have this power within me. But those are just words. Okay? Once you actually get to experience it, now that's a whole new different ball game. It can't be explained in human terms. Not in human terms, but in speech. It can't be explained. You have to actually feel it within, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Some of us have already experienced some form of success, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys are athletes. Some of you guys are in companies, working and become managers or presidents or of the company, or you in a higher position than when you started. That joy, that sacrifice you've made to get to the position you're in, and then when you actually get there, you're like happy. You're happy because you've succeeded, you made it. Okay. That feeling. Well, when you start doing things for yourself and you actually succeed when everyone else says you wouldn't be able to, think how great that feeling is. Okay? So, the pain and the suffering that you guys are going through today, if we didn't have it, it wouldn't make you the person you are. Okay? One person I actually found out about yesterday, who happens to be one of the most influential women there are in the world, probably the wealthiest. If you listen to a story and actually read a story, you'll see why she is the wealthiest. She's experienced so much pain and suffering. If you guys know who that is, Tribute, do you by any chance know who that is? One of the wealthiest woman figures in the world. I'll give you a second. You can type it in. You probably stop watching. She has a talk show. Oprah Winfrey. Read up about her story. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about her. But those guys who actually, Oprah Winfrey, brother, those guys who actually make it in life and weren't given anything, and they rise to the top and they have these billions of dollars and these mansions and cars and yachts. If they weren't given anything, which, some of them were, but a lot of them weren't, can you imagine how low they had to actually even get at one stage? Can you imagine how much pain and suffering that they've actually even experienced to help them rise to the top, to help them succeed
and go places where no one's ever traveled before. It's ridiculous, you know. So, you know, soon, shortly, in the next 10, 15 years, when I am at the top, when I have succeeded, when I am happy, well, I'm happy now, but when I get to the point I want to be at, don't look at me and think, oh, well, you know, he was given everything. Okay? Because I wasn't. Okay? But working 130 to 140 hour weeks, you know, when the average person works 40-hour weeks, which is nearly 3.5 times more than the average person. When you can do that day in and day out, come talk to me about pain, suffering, perseverance, and the willpower. Okay? Until then, and you're not willing to experience it, don't judge me. Okay? Back to the hand of poker, then you have the river, the last card you can play. You know, you can either fold in life, you can raise, you can check, or you can just go all in. Me, I choose to go all in. My poker buddies that play poker with me, they know me. I take risks in life. Okay? Every person that's been successful in life, that's made it, whether it be that we know of, has taken risks, are willing to take those risks. Some people take calculated risks. Some people take uneducated risks. Some people just love the thrill of the risk. That's me. You know, all my risks aren't educated. They're not the right risks, but who's to judge me? Who's to say they're right or wrong? Okay, I'm a risk taker. And until I actually get what I want, I will continue taking these risks in life. Because you know, one day, I'm either going to make it really big or lose everything. Guess what? I've already lost everything. I've lost a lot of things over and over and over again. So it's inevitable. The pot of gold is just at the end of the rainbow. I just have to continue walking my path. After that, last hand, you have 2 opponents left, hopefully, or maybe more sometimes. You turn over your cards. One person drags the pot in. You know, if there's not like a split pot. And you've succeeded. You won. So poker and life, I just related that. That's for my gambling buddies. Beautiful game. Eric, watch my video. I was talking about poker and life. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing well. So my message today to you guys would be is bring out that inner child. Start being playful, joyful, happy, truthful to yourself. And stop lying to yourself that you're happy if you're not. Start doing the things you love. A little bit about Eric. He put himself through college. He just graduated, I think, a couple of years ago. He's married. He has a beautiful, I don't know, he's not married yet, but he's got a beautiful daughter, you know, and he's been with his girl for a long time. We used to play poker back in the day in Lubbock, Texas. That's where I met him. And I know he's out of state right now. He's moved to another state and he's doing pretty well. But one guy that just had a dream, he had a vision, and I see him doing big things in life. Congrats, Eric. Tribute Noni, guy that I went to school with at MCC. I'm not going to tell you where that's at. He knows he's in England right now. He's doing big things, married, has a daughter, and he's a photographer as well. He does, I believe he does other things, but you know, I want to give a shout out to both those guys. There's a lot of my friends that I want to give shout outs to, but I'll be here all day and I'll bore you guys. So let's get back to the Daily Reader. John Maxwell, before I have to get out to work. Some of us do have to work, yes. I don't just sit at home and do live videos all day long. So the message on the 20th of December 2016 is the law of the picture. When times are tough, uncertainty is high, and chaos threatens to overwhelm everybody, followers need a clear picture from their leaders the most. The living picture they see in their leader produces energy, passion, and motivation to keep on going. As you strive to improve as example to your followers, remember these things. Followers are always watching what you do. Just as children watch their parents and illuminate their behavior, so do employees watch their bosses. People do what people see. It is easier to teach what is right than to do what is right. Author Norman Vincent Peale stated, "Nothing is more confusing than people who give good advice but set a bad example." I would rather say a related thought is also true. Nothing is more convincing than people who give good advice and set a good example. So practice what you preach. Okay, don't be a hypocrite and say one thing and go do another thing. Okay, we should work on changing ourselves before trying to improve others. A great danger to good leadership is the temptation to try to change others without first making changes to yourself. Okay, be the change in the world you wish to see. Okay, you want to experience kindness, be kind. Okay, you want people to give, then you give. The change starts within you. Okay, don't expect people to change if you yourself aren't willing to change. The most valuable gift of a leader can give is being a good example. Leadership is more caught than taught. How does one catch leadership? By watching good leaders in action. So the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. What living picture are you giving your followers? Okay, most of us we all have someone that's mentoring us in life, or that we're following. To some of us, it's our fathers. Other people, it could be someone in a high place, someone we respect, we idolize. We all have mentors. So when you're in a bad place and you're thinking of doing something stupid to yourself, or like something like committing suicide, let's talk about suicide right now. People are like, oh, well, life sucks here, we're going to commit suicide and all that stuff there. Just remember, you might be someone else's mentor. Okay, you might not think so, but you're actually mentoring someone, whether it be a little kid, friend, a family member, a relative. So what message are you passing to them when you actually go do something stupid like kill yourself? What message are you passing on to them? Do you want to leave that behind? No. Okay? Just remember, just because we don't know people are following us or looking at us, that doesn't mean that they're not. Okay? We might think our life sucks. To others, there's a million people out there, I bet you, that wish to be in your place. Remember, there's 8 billion people in the world. Okay? You broke? Well, let's go to India, let's go to Africa, let's go to the third world country. Okay? Let's go to see what true poverty is. When you go to the streets and you see a guy sitting down begging for money and he's clothless, and you give him money. And then you go 2 steps later and then you have another guy begging for money. He's got no hands. Give him money. You go to the next guy, a foot closer. He's begging for money. No clothes, no hands, no feet. And it just keeps on going on. You guys get where I'm going with this. Okay, go and watch Slumdog Millionaire. Okay, that shit happens. There's people like that in the world that don't have anything. There's poor people out there, like in India, where they make less than probably $1 a day. Where the guy works probably 16-hour days for $1. He rides to work or walks to work, comes back home. But when he comes home, he's got a smile on his face because he's home with his family. His wife is cooking for him. His children and wife love him. True happiness. It doesn't take money to be happy. Okay? If you're chasing money in life, and that's your why, good luck. That's a sad, sad goal. Money is nice. It's right up there with oxygen. It's important. but it isn't everything. Don't think you need to have money to be happy. I'm not saying be broke, but don't make money the prior focus of your happiness. If you do, you've already failed. For those guys who watched my live yesterday, I'm recruiting sales and sales representatives and technicians on a nationwide level. More so sales, but I do want a couple of technicians. But if anyone knows anyone that's looking for a job or wants to start their own business, I'll mentor them, teach them. They don't even have to live in California. They can be anywhere in the nation. I'll go ahead and Skype with them, train them over the phone, over the line. It's not going to take more than 3 days for me to train them to be making great incomes. 1099, so they can write off everything they do. But I've been doing this for over 10 years. Some might say I've mastered the trade. Others might think that I'm full of shit. You decide. Okay. 40 people started this industry with me back in 2006. I'm the only person still doing it. That should say something. The average person in my industry sells 2 to 3 security systems a week. I used to average 12. My best week was 21. My best month was 51. For those of you in sales, car sales guys, realtors, what's the average sales of houses in a month? 1? If even 1 every 2 months? Well, have you ever sold 12? To where you, or not 12, let's say 4 or 5. That's basically quadrupling or 5 timesing the average. Well, that's what I've done in my industry. So you decide whether or not I'm good enough to teach. You decide whether you want to start living your dreams. I'm not saying what I'm doing in life would be your dream job. But if you guys are looking for money and to financially secure you, I guarantee you working with me, not for me, but with me for the next 1 or 2 years, you'll be so financially set, you can go and start living your dreams, or you can live your dreams while working with me. I don't need you full time, and I'm not going to be your boss. I'm just going to mentor you. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'll teach you. But you have to decide. It's your choice to take what I've given you or give you and to put it within action. Put it to act for you. If I teach you what to do and I tell you not to do certain things and you want to go and learn from my mistakes that I made over and over again, and you think 10 years of experience where it takes 10,000 hours to master a trade, which is normally 3 years, and I've put in nearly 4 times that amount of time right now. If you think I haven't learned enough about this industry and you want to continue making my mistakes, go ahead. I ain't going to stop you. I advise you, but I ain't going to stop you. I'd rather you fall and learn than never fall or fail. Okay? But you out and a friend, you will get many friends. So Tribute says, if you go out looking for friends, you will not find any. But if you out and be a friend, you will get many friends. And that's very true. I was listening to something yesterday saying that we need to give more and expect nothing in return. And it's at this point in life where you'll realize that people give you stuff. So I was broke last week. I didn't even Julio was telling me about getting a haircut, and I was like, dude, I don't even have enough money for a haircut. I called my barber, and I was like, hey man, I'm broke right now. He's like, come along, I'll cut your hair and just pay me when you can. That's because I've given before. Like if I go to my barber's place there, I call him, I'll ask him, do you want a coffee? Do you want anything from Starbucks? He knows that. And that's what we don't realize in life. What people don't realize is once you start giving and not expecting anything in return, the day you need something, people remember that. People don't remember that prick or that dick in life that's always bragging about money, that's always bragging about how well he's doing, But that person that might be in a very good place, that might help you in times of need, where no one else will, they'll remember that. Okay? And when the tables are returned, the righteous, the guys that know what's good for them, will return those favors. But don't go into it expecting that. Okay, just because I'm going to go buy the guy behind me in Starbucks a coffee, I don't expect for me to go the next day and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to stand behind and wait for this guy to buy me a coffee. Don't expect it. Kindness will come back to you when you least expect it, and it might be in different forms. It's karma. You guys do know what karma is. What goes around, comes around. It might come back in a different form. It actually will. It might not be the same form. You never know when it's going to come back. If you guys believe in a bigger being, God, or I don't know, something out there, karma's a bitch. Do good, good will happen to you. Do bad, let's just say good luck. Guys, again, this week, my goal for you guys would be bring out the inner child within yourself. Stop trying to be a grown-up and an adult and be so serious in life. Start having fun with your jobs. Start enjoying life. Reminisce on your young days on what you wanted to do in life. And stop living a lie. Okay? Just because you're making $100,000 a year, don't pretend that you're happy. Because that's not you. You're just doing it to make the money. Okay? Start doing things in life that you love doing. Forget about the money. And you'll find a way of making money in it. And guess what? At the end of the day, you'll have true happiness. Okay? Because that's what life's about. Don't be on your deathbed one day regretting the risks that you never took. Don't be on your deathbed one day regretting looking at your bucket list, and instead of there be a check next to it, there's crosses on every one of them because you didn't even try to attain or do one of them. Okay, don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow might never come. 8 billion people and 1 million people are dying every day. Doesn't matter how old or how young you are. Stress is a killer. In this country, 90% of us are stressed on a daily basis. Maybe even more. It's inevitable. You know, I got a smile on my face. I'm stressed. Okay? I could die tomorrow. I could die right now. Who knows? Okay? But all I'm saying is when you die, or if you have the opportunity of actually living and knowing that you're about to die, don't be sitting there thinking and regretting on all the things you didn't do in life. Live each day as if there was no tomorrow, and as if tomorrow never came or isn't going to come. Be happy today that you're alive. Start living your dream. Do good. Give. And you're going to get an inner peace within yourself that you've never experienced before. I can sit here and tell you about it all day long, but you'll never understand it until you actually do it and experience it for yourselves. Guys, I have to leave right now. I did a longer live video than I wanted. Well, not that I wanted to, but that I intended to. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to ask you guys for something today. If you like my video and it touched you, or you enjoy it and you want me to continue doing more, I'm going to do more regardless whether you like it or not. But I'd like you to like them and share it. Okay? You never know whose life you might touch today, and I don't know whose life I touched today. But I do know by doing this here, I can start a trend to where in 5-10 years down the line, the world will be a better place. My intentions are to leave this earth a better place than when I arrived. Okay? Curing world hunger 2032 is my goal. That's my why. And if you ask me, tell me it's never been done before, it's because the world hasn't met me before. Okay? I'm my own person. And I'm doing it because I can. And I want to. And that's all that matters. You guys have a great day. Happy Taco Tuesday. Those guys are in the evening, morning, afternoon. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Keep smiling, be happy. And when you're having a tough time today, Just think about me, smile, and you won't realize the muscles that kind of like release the stress up here. It takes more muscles to frown than smile. Try it right now and let me know how it is. You guys take care and enjoy your day. Thanks for watching.